this is how to overclock my RX 570 to 220. So was it? Oh yeah, 220. Oh my gosh, 2,275 megahertz of VRAM, and at max 1,620 megahertz on the processor. So first you go into your BIOS and you go to this is a gigabyte motherboard. It might be different on your other motherboard. This is a gigabyte motherboard, so we're gonna go to here. Go to advanced voltage settings. So go to your voltage settings. Go to chipset. Now I have it at 1.2 volts. Now my DRAM. This you don't really need to change that, but I just like to put it on those numbers. That's what it normally is at. That's what it is at now. So we're going to internal VR control. Now you want to change these to 5 to the max your motherboard could set them to be able to do that. Set them at 512 for the current thresholds of everything, and then for the IMON offsets, have them at 255 for all of them. So I just did that for the rest of these ones, for all these. Offset right there. Might just be all of them too. So there you go. Now we're gonna save and exit. Hopefully my computer boots up this time, which it was before. So I'm gonna boot my computer up. And that's normal for what it's doing right now. For it to do that kind of stuff. It does this a little bit. Once you reset it, it's gonna do this for a little bit. It might go into a boot loop. Try to undo some stuff you did. I mean, you're not changing that much stuff, so it shouldn't really go into a boot loop. So now it's fine. So you tell my mouse right there is lighting up. This is boot failure detected. Just gonna enter BIOS and this save and exit setup. Let's even reset. Quote. So actually resetting our BIOS. Just gonna do this for a little bit. It's gonna flick back on like that. The mouse is gonna light up. That's when you know it's working. You got gigabyte recovery stuff in case you do something bad to it. You want to set that up. It doesn't turn back on, darn it. I guess to turn on now. I didn't change anything though, it was just starting up before. So it could start up again now. But like I was saying, it's kind of reliable and it's kind of not reliable. Let me putting down the It's gonna boot up now. Boots up to the home screen. My headset. Okay, to 2. I can what password you know. My username Beach Lambos. Now we're going to go to So what you need to install is Sapphire TRIXX. GPU Z can tell you what you're doing. So let me show you real quick. So I have Sapphire TRXX, and you need MSI Afterburner. See what I'm doing right now? You can change your voltage. So this is what you normally want it to be at. If you want the extra bump of performance, you can turn that up to how many millivolts you want extra, and turn your board power limit up to 50% more. See, I'm seeing that I'm doing that right now and that right now. So I'm gonna show you how you change your stuff. So go to MSI Afterburner, which is on my home screen. MSI Afterburner. Yes, I want to access my hard drive on my computer. And look, we're doing 2275. Now you say, how did it do 22700? Well, if you add 1 more megahertz to this right now, if you're not in a game, 1 more megahertz. Just let's say 2276. Look what happens. That's bad. We don't want that. So we're gonna go here and knock the megahertz down if we can do it quick enough before the computer corrupts. That's fine. It's fine. That's, I guess, is a driver limiter. Now you go to MSI and you go to your settings and you enable all this stuff. You can enable voltage control if you want to with MSI. Now what you want to do is you want to put it's my Radeon. I'm using an Intel CPU. That's what that Intel UHD graphics is. So I'm using Radeon RX 570 series. You're gonna go down and you're gonna put extended MSI. Now, let me try to figure out where it was again. Where was it? There's an option, if you could try to find it. There's an option for unlock. What is it? Unlock overclocking limits for the Radeon software. For this software right here. This is the one I'm pretty sure you're using. And that also says I'm doing 2275 megahertz. Now I have it like at full fan. I just like it to have at full fan. The manual mode just resets it. But you can see I extended the limit to that. Now look what happens when we open Forza 7. We're gonna apply again. Look what happens when you open Forza 7. Now there's a little bit of glitching going on. That's probably because I enabled the stuff that I said you don't really have to do. But the voltage, the VR voltage, you have to do that stuff to make this more reliable. You can see it's loading, so it'll take a little bit to load. You can see it's doing that many millivolts, because I've turned the 200 more millivolts. Where it's 1150 plus 200 millivolts is the maximum you're seeing right now. It's the 1356. So now if you go into a race, only in a race, you can turn it up to the maximum for the Sapphire. But once you're in a race though, so I'm gonna go to free play. Gotta focus. I'm gonna go to free play. It's at it's at 1440p right now. You can do 60 frames a second in this game. Easy. See a little bit of aliasing right there. That's fine. So the TRX Sapphire is what you need to download to do the full clock. That you can do with the MSI. Now, you want to see it get really unstable? This is what I call unstable overclocking. So, you see a little glitching right there? That's because they entered some stuff in the BIOS a little too high. Now look what happens. You go there. You first have to inch it up slowly. Just go up to like there, and watch this. Apply Now it's doing 2.375. Now it's not going to corrupt really unless you go fully at it. You see that? It's doing that. Mind you, a little bit of glitching, but that's because I entered some numbers in the DRAM voltage too high. You could lower those numbers and you won't get this glitching. But with this setup, you do get some stutters. As you can see, I'm constantly doing 60 FPS right now. Let me go to the options and show you guys. This is pretty kind of unstable, but I mean, you can see it hasn't crashed really. And around ultra 1440p. I guess that's explain it for right now. Bye.